Hello and welcome to Overwatch Database. Today we have a developer update video regarding crossplay coming to Overwatch. So this is actually going to release fairly soon during the current competitive season of Season 28, and it's going to be more active during Season 29. So this feature will allow people of PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch to all play together in every mode except for competitive. Competitive is actually going to be only consoles playing together and PC playing together, so they're going to be two separate things. So earlier today, Aaron Keller posted a developer update video where he introduced us to a couple of the features of this crossplay and gave us some quick information. So what he said basically was, when this feature releases, it's going to allow people who are on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation Network to all play together in competitive, quick play, arcade, all those things. So earlier today, Aaron Keller posted a developer update video where he introduced us to this crossplay feature that's coming to Overwatch very soon. And some of the information he gave was to be expected of crossplay, that being consoles and PC players being able to play together. So there are some limitations to this, specifically for the competitive game mode. So for competitive, it's going to be two separate pools of console and PC. So if you're on console, that being Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, you're actually not going to be placed against PC players in competitive. That's something I'm actually really happy about. So I do play on console and PC, and I noticed that when I'm playing on console, it seems way easier than PC being even in the same rank. So I'm gold and plat on console and gold and silver on PC, and those seem very similar in playstyle. So if you have someone who's plat on PC and plat on console, that's going to be a completely different range, because plat on console is like gold on PC. So that's going to help a bit there, not having the competitive pools be together. So they're going to release this feature during Season 28 of Competitive, which is the current season going on right now. So during this season, Competitive will actually not be affected, so you won't be able to crossplay between consoles during this current competitive season. However, when Season 29 starts, if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch, you will be able to play competitive with all console players. So Brett, with you being only on console here, how do you feel about this change? I know you don't play quick play that much at all, and you and I mainly play competitive, so how is this for you?
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a really good feature, and it's a really exciting feature that I think Overwatch should have had a long time ago, but I'm really glad, it's at least getting introduced now. For me, it's not going to really affect me because, as you stated, I really only play competitive play. I don't really play arcade or any of that very much. And on top of that, I really don't have a lot of friends who play Overwatch on PlayStation or just other platforms in general. So for me, I'm probably going to strictly be playing competitive play, and I'll keep my crossplay turned off. But it is a really nice feature, and it's really exciting. And also, I was really surprised how soon it's coming out. When they announced it today, I was assuming, okay, we're probably looking at, several months away, like for sure. And then they put a little PSA thing up when you open Overwatch talking about the beta for it coming soon. And then they actually also announced in the FAQ after that it will be implemented during Season 28, as you just stated a minute ago. So we're going to actually see this very soon, because the current season ends in 21 days. So we're looking at it in less than 3 weeks being in the game. And that's really exciting. That's way sooner than I thought. And also, I kind of think this is like the start of them updating Overwatch for Overwatch 2. Because that's kind of what it feels like. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot more features, get added in the future. Kind of like the way they're implementing this.
Right, and you did mention it was the beta stage. I forgot to mention that. And so that would mean that most likely they're going to constantly change this, or maybe they might not have to. So we're going to kind of see how that's going to play into it. Maybe they might not like the feature. Maybe people will complain about going against PC players and getting completely clapped or something like that. Because, oh, look, a PC Widow playing against a console Widow. Yeah, the console Widow's going to lose that.
Well, in that case, though, I mean, you could just turn the feature off. I think, all in all, the only people that this will really hurt is console players playing, quick play and stuff, because I think it will hurt their queue times. I think it will also hurt arcade queue times, because you're going to have probably a smaller number of people, for example, on console, playing arcade and quick play with it turned off than on. I really assume a lot of people will have it turned on. So for people that have it off, I think that will affect queue times and stuff, but I don't really know. I don't think it will be that bad, and I don't really know how big of a player base that really is. But I think this, is a good change and a helpful change, and a change I think the community will like more than dislike. At least it's going to be received a lot better than 5v5 in Overwatch 2. I know that. So another thing I wanted to mention about it that I don't think you had touched on yet is they did confirm that cross progression will not be coming out with the crossplay.
Correct. And I think cross progression would actually cause a huge mess because people like me who already have accounts on every single platform with different stats and everything, the way that would sync, I don't think it would even work properly. So I'm glad that they are not doing cross progression.
I agree with you. I don't really know how they would make it work between all the different platforms with all the different stats and accounts and all that. But they did announce that cross progression is something that will be coming to the game. They're just working on it. So I think one, it's going to be way down the road. It'll probably be pretty close to Overwatch 2. So I think that will give them time to work all the kinks out with it. And also on top of that, I think it's a really good thing, and I'm really glad they're doing it.
And so also, you can enable and disable this feature. I mean, there are a number of games that have crossplay. You could just turn it off anyways, and each console actually has an option to just fully turn it off in general, even if you don't want to do a game specific. However, for crossplay to be enabled in Overwatch, you will need a Battle.net account linked. So if you don't have one already and you want to use crossplay, you're going to have to create a Battle.net account and link that to every platform you want to use crossplay on, except for PC. So this is only needed for consoles. Another thing to add on to this is when you have crossplay enabled and your Battle.net account linked, when you are in a game on console, you will not see your PSN ID, Xbox gamer tag, or Switch ID showing up as your player name. You will see your battle tag name. So for me, my gamer tag on Xbox is Fire in the Hole. However, my Battle.net tag is Rogue. So when I play on Xbox, it's going to say Rogue instead of Fire in the Hole. This can be confusing in a way because if you try to add a friend, it's going to actually add their Battle.net as a friend and not the console specific one. So maybe there's still going to be some feature in there where you can click view gamer card or view IDs, something like that, where you can actually view that console specific profile. That's something that actually I kind of like because you can have actually a bunch of random weird looking symbols in Battle.net names, and you can use non-English characters, which actually can make some funny names. So that's going to be something I'm actually going to like seeing, and what people put as their names. So that should be something fun.
Yeah, so before you go into our next topic, I know you wanted to talk about, I did want to kind of help explain a little bit how the queuing and stuff will work for crossplay. So for most game modes, I don't think they exactly specified, but I think by most it's like literally pretty much all of them. So say a party of console players who has crossplay turned on, queue for a game, they will only get matched up with another party of console players, even though their crossplay is turned on. But if all 6 of them are in a party playing on a console, they'll only get matched up with another 6 on a console. And that also goes for solo queuing. So if you're a solo queuer on console, and you go to queue up for a game, you will also only get queued against other console people. So I believe the whole crossplay thing is only like really effective. Like say I'm, playing on Xbox and Connor here is playing on PC and we're queuing together, then we will get put in games with both. But I do like how they're really kind of separating it. So you can still have crossplay on, but if you're solo queuing on a console, you're only going to play console players. I like that. I think that will probably affect queue times a little bit, but I don't think it should be a huge substantial amount. And it really won't even matter that much when Overwatch 2 comes out anyway, because they'll be so much faster with the 5v5.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up with queue times being faster for 5v5. As of right now, if you are going to have crossplay off, your queue times are actually going to be a little bit longer because people who have it on are going to get priority games with other people who have it on as well. And another point I wanted to bring up here was aim assist. So on console you have aim assist options, but on PC it doesn't exist. So if you are in a party with PC players and you are on console, your aim assist is not going to be on because they want to have a fair match between the players in that game. That's something I'm not really a fan of because you can move a mouse way faster with a higher DPI than you can a controller stick because there is a dead zone on sticks. That's something that I really don't like that they're doing right here. I mean, it does help console players, but at the same time, it doesn't help them as well because it's just going to be a mess with that aim assist. Maybe they'll end up changing that and only allowing console players to have it, or maybe they'll add some sort of aim assist option on PC.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern worth bringing up. So I do want to reiterate, as I said earlier, they did announce that this feature that crossplay will be coming out during the current competitive season 28, which again has 21 days left. So we will be seeing this implemented into the game, at least the beta version of it, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So that's very exciting that it's so soon. Because honestly, when they announced it, I was like, oh, this is going to be a couple months probably. No, it's coming real fast.
And before we do end this, I do want to add something really quickly about bans, since you do have to have a Battle.net account linked here. So, with a Battle.net account linked, if your Battle.net account happens to get banned, like you are playing on PC and console, and you do something on PC that's a bannable offense, when you log into it on console, it will say you're banned. But all you have to do is go into your Battle.net account settings and unlink your account and link it to a new one. I have had experience with this, and I kind of freaked out when I thought my Xbox account was banned, but it turns out all you need to do is unlink it and get a new account going, link that back up. You will lose your stats on PC, you will lose your friends, everything like that. However, you still will be able to have an account linked and have crossplay enabled on console if you want to do that.
Or the alternative to that is just don't do things to get banned.
Well, yes, of course, but I had to test some stuff, and you know me as a programmer.
Right.
I
Well, and sometimes people just get banned for no reason. Like, it does happen.
There is that. There was a huge Activision ban wave with the whole Cold War and Modern Warfare thing, and I really hope that doesn't happen here because some people on console can be detected as hacking, thinking like there's some sort of PC mod going on when they're on console, and there was this huge ban wave and this whole problem. I really hope that's not a problem here because Activision's still the parent company of Blizzard, so they might have some problems with this going on here. I really hope there's nothing like that, but we'll have to see what happens. And Blizzard's usually on top of that stuff, and they have way better cheat detection, so we shouldn't see a problem with that.
So I think that's all the topics we had to go over regarding this developer update. Please let us know in the comments if you have any questions or anything that we didn't go over, and we can do our best to answer them. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and also let us know if you'd like to see more of these, videos going over some of the developer updates and whatnot. We enjoy doing them, and we would love to do more of these if that's something you guys enjoy. You can also listen to this and other content on Apple Podcasts just by searching us at Overwatch Database or also checking the link down in the description. Thanks for watching.